All right, so after you've completed the study guide, you're going to watch this video, and I'm going to go through every one of these to show you how this is going to look on the test. So this is over everything that we've done for chapters 1 and 2. So number 2 says, at a summer camp there are 40 boys out of 70 campers. What is this ratio written as a fraction in simplest form? So to do that, we're going to put 40 over 70. And then we need to simplify. Well, to do that, you got to find the greatest common factor. Well, the greatest common factor between both of these would be 10. So we divide a 10 out, you get 4 over 7, which is letter H. Okay, so that's just setting up a ratio and writing it as a fraction and simplifying. So that's from chapter 1. Okay, so the next one is, the table shows the animals at a petting zoo. What is the ratio of goats to the total number of animals? So goats, we have 6, so that goes on top. And then to find out the total amount, we have to add them up. So 2 plus 4 is 6, plus 3 is 9, plus 6 is 15. So now we have 6 over 15. We have to simplify this. Okay, so to do that, we find the greatest common factor. Between 6 and 15, it would be 3. So we divide a 3 out. You get 2 over 5, which is letter D. So these are just setting up ratios as a fraction like we did in chapter 1. Okay, now for 4 and 5, we're going to be finding each rate as a unit rate. So your goal is to get 1 on the bottom. So we have 9 pages in 3 hours. So 9 pages over 3 hours. So we divide by 3 because we want 1 on the bottom. So we get 3 pages per hour, which is letter G. So we're going to do the same thing for number 5. So we have 20 pounds for $4. So 20 pounds goes on top. $4 is on the bottom. We want a 1 down here. Since we want 1, we're going to divide by 4. So you get 5 pounds for $1, which is letter A. So pounds goes on top. Whatever they say first, list first, that goes on top. Then you divide it out. Okay, the last one here, it says, a manatee surfaced for 2 times in 60 seconds. How many seconds went by before the manatee surfaced the first time if it held its breath for the same rate? Okay, so if he surfaced 2 times in 60 seconds, 60 seconds, 2 times. Okay, this is once again just like 4 and 5. This is finding a rate. So we divide by 2. So that means 30 seconds for his first time to come up. So that'd be letter G. Okay, so these are just setting up ratios and rates and dividing them out and simplifying like we did all through chapter 1. Okay, so now on to the back side. Okay, Nicholas bought 5 pens for $3. At this rate, how much will he spend on 10 pens? So this is a ratio table, just like we worked with in the past. So we're going from 5 to 10. So that's times 2. So whatever you do at the top, you got to do the bottom. So 3 times 2 would be $6. So letter B. So you always looked at how we got from the first one to the second one. Okay, number 8, same thing. We have a ratio table. You do not have to fill in this middle part. That is not necessary. Okay, we have to figure out how we're getting from 3 tickets to 5 tickets. So you can fill in this middle part to help you out if you want, but we know that 3 tickets cost $75. So one option would be to find how much it is per ticket. So if it's 3 tickets for $75, 3 tickets. We divide by 3, we get $25 per ticket. Okay, so if we're buying 5 tickets, we would do 25 times 5 to figure out how much the total would be. So that'd be $125 is letter G. So when they tell you you have 3 tickets for $75, figure out what it is per ticket to figure out 5. Okay, so number 9. All right, it says Gina read 120 pages in 4 days. Which reading rate is equivalent? Okay, So if you look through these, just match them up to see if they work out. So in 75 pages in 3 days, that's not going to work, because if you break this down per day, okay, we have 120 pages, 4 days. If we find the unit rate where we get 1 on the bottom, we divide by 4. Okay, you're doing 30 pages per day. So every day she reads, she's reading 30 pages. So the next one would be 60 pages in 2 days. Well, per our rate, in 2 days she would read 60 pages. So it would be letter B. Okay, number 10. 5 notebooks cost $20. At this rate, how much would 4 notebooks cost? So $20, 5 notebooks. So once again, we first start off by finding the unit rate. So we got to get 1 on the bottom. So what this means is that each notebook costs $4. So if they want to know how much it would be for 4 notebooks, so we do $4 times 4 notebooks. Letter F, $16. All right, according to the key of a particular park map, every 5 inches on the map represents 3 miles of the trail in the park. How many inches on the map represents 9 miles on the trail park? So 5 inches, 3 miles. Okay, so we want to figure out if we can get to 9 miles. So how are we getting from 3 to 9? Well, times 3. So you got to do the same thing up top, times 3. So that'd be 15, which is letter A. Okay, so that's all from chapter 1. So 2 through 11, all from chapter 1. Okay, so we can go back and look. Chapter 1, chapter 1, chapter 1, chapter 1, chapter 1, and then all up until number 11. Now, 12, 13, 14, and 15, those are all from chapter 2, what we just got done taking the test on. So number 12, they want us to write this decimal as a percent. Now remember, to make it a percent, we're technically multiplying by 100. So, since we're making it a percent, we're going to take this decimal and move to the right 2 times, because there's 2 zeros in 100. 1, 2. So that would be 39.9%. Letter G. Okay, now we're going the opposite way. We're going to take this percent and change it into a decimal. So rather than multiplying by 100, we're going to divide by 100. So all whole numbers have a decimal at the end. We move these to the left 2 times because there's 2 zeros in 100. 1, 2. So it'd be 0.86, 86 hundredths, letter H. Okay, so that's just changing percents into decimals and decimals into percents. Okay, 14 and 15, this is where we're going to use that percent proportion. It says, Fred completed 10 math problems. This is 40% of the number of math problems he has to do. How many math problems must he do? So if we set up that proportion, remember, part, whole, and then the percent. And all percents go over 100. Our percent up here is 40. If he completed 10 math problems, that is the part. We don't know the total yet. So we got to figure out how we're getting from 40 to 10. Well, that's dividing by 4. So we do the same thing up here, or down here. So 100 divided by 4 would be 25 questions altogether. That is the total. So it'd be letter H. Number 15 is the same thing. But I'm actually going to, now we'll keep it 18. Okay, so number 15, same thing. Set up your proportion. 30 over 100. Okay, 18 over, we don't know. Okay, clearly 30 will not divide in anything to get to 18. So we're going to have to simplify this. So I divide by 10. Now I have 3 over 10. Well, 3 does go into 18. So times 6. So we got to do the same thing down here. 10 times 6, 60. Letter G. So that's everything that's going to be on the benchmark. It's chapter 1, chapter 2. Everything on the study guide is the same thing that's going to be on the test. And not the exact same answers, not the same numbers, but they were the same type of questions on the test.